free to ask any questions along the way and pipe in and share anything you want to share. This is could be a deeply personal experience, but we could also be a very intimately shared experience. Because as the more we share, the more vulnerable we get, the more we accept ourselves for who we are, the more we accept ourselves and others for who they are, and knowing that we are all perfect, we are all divine, we are all human as well. We're so human. And humans fuck up sometimes, and that's okay. But we also learn from our lessons, and we grow and we evolve on this journey of the soul. Yeah, anybody here have had a past life regression in the past? Anything like that? I know the title says quantum healing, but it's really based in past life regression hypnosis. Oh yeah? Anything you want to share? Any magic or miracles or thoughts or insights? Atlantis, yeah, other dimensions or other lifetimes, civilizations, yeah, connecting to all that goodness. Feel free to join us, come get a seat if you're interested in tapping into quantum healing and past life regression. We're going to go on a journey to experience these things, to unlock the magic of our imagination, our creativity, get out of our left mind, our egoic, pragmatic, analytical mind, and tap into the intuitive, magical, synchronistic, miraculous right brain that can dream up all the beautiful dreams that we can dream and call them into existence and reprogram our lives and our minds however we desire, and free ourselves from the shackles of anything that has held us back in the past, any programming that we no longer desire, any programming that no longer serves us. That is what we're here to do. We're here to be our most self-actualized, authentic beings that are as expressive, radically self-expressive, radically self-reliable. So many incredible Burning Man principles here that we are learning and talking and practicing about today in this workshop. 2 more minutes. Yeah, please. Oh, thank you, Margarita. Yeah, please. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Do you have watermelon? I'm just joking. You said anything. Maybe afterwards we'll go find a watermelon together. Okay. Thank you. No, I think I'm great. I just maybe calling in some people from the street to let them know what we're doing. Feel free to take any videos or audio or notes you want. We're here to serve the universe. So feel free to take a notebook, grab a pen. Afterwards, if you participated in the whole journey, I have stickers for you. You can take a sticker that says, A+, you guys did a great job, but not until you've stayed here for the entire journey. But if you do feel the need to get up in the middle, please do. This is your burn, it's not my burn. I'm here for myself and for you, but you're here for yourself and your burn, so do whatever pleases you, and know that you are perfect, and that this is a healing modality. This is quantum hypnosis, but it's also deeply healing. And so if you are not interested in healing or seeing the things that you might need to be healing, you might want to get up and walk away, because it might bring up some things that you're not ready to see. Healing is a choice. Some of us choose to heal, and some of us choose to remain in our wounds, and that's, either way is perfectly all right. I believe that life is a little more beautiful and fun and magical after we do take on the journey of healing. but we're all free to choose to live however it is we desire. So, gonna keep an eye on time because I could do this for 3 hours, but I'm gonna try to do it for 1 hour. My name is Raphael Feldman, and this is called Quantum Hypnosis, but it's really about, at least my modality of healing that I offer to the world is called Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique, QHHT. This is a modality that was designed by Dolores Cannon, if anyone's heard of her. She's written about 20 incredible books, all about the universe, the beginning of time, humanity, Atlantis, Jesus and the Essenes, Nostradamus. She found a way to tap into the unified field of the Akashic records, whatever you want to call it, consciousness, and access all of this information through a modality called past life regression hypnosis. And the way I like to describe the magic of what she created and this practice is that by working with random people, I like to call these random people Joe the Plumber. Joe the Plumber has ever only known how to plumb his entire life. He's an expert plumber, but one day somebody convinced him to do a past life regression. And during his session, he started to experience a life that was not his own. He started to experience a life that existed 2,000 years ago during the time of Jesus' birth and reign, and started to have conversations with people in the town around there. And where did he access all of this information from if he never learned about Jesus or Christianity or history? Because all he's ever known his entire life was plumbing. Makes you second guess kind of what's going on here and what we're all really tapped into when we can kind of augment the state of our mind and access these different realms. So you may have heard of the Akashic records and people that are able to access them. This is kind of what we access during past life regression hypnosis. We enter a deep trance theta state, and in that state, if we are guided in the right way, we can uncover information about our own soul's journey and where we have been before. And I'm not going to say past lives are 100% accurate or 100% true, but it's just what happens during this practice. And I'm not here to argue that because that's what I experience with my clients as well. So about 6 times out of 10 with a client, they'll have a very standard past life. And in this past life, they're a different body, a different time, and we walk through the entire life from the moment that they wake up there in the trans-hypnotic state until the day that they die. And on the day that they die, they see themselves die, and on the other side of death, they get to have a completely different perspective of their life because they are no longer in that body, they are no longer in that ego or personality anymore, and they can see all their life's choices and happiness and pleasures and pains from a different lens, from the lens of love or the lens of source. And they can see, for instance, let's say this person was a farmer. They grew up on a farm, their father was a farmer, the father before that was a farmer, but something inside of this soul said, I really want to be an artist, but it's not in my business, my family business to pass down. So I have to be a farmer because my dad said you have to be a farmer. But the whole life he resisted being an artist, and so he never felt really fully self-expressed. And maybe he was a little depressed his whole life or anxious or something. And the reason why these things come up is because we're not listening to our soul. We're not listening to our body, to what it really desires. We're listening to somebody else outside of us, that's not us, telling us what to do with our lives. And had this man had the courage to say, you know what, Dad, like I appreciate everything you did for me. I'm not a farmer. I'm not going to be a farmer. I'm going to be an artist. He may have lived a very different life, but he didn't know he had the choice to do that. He thought it was his duty to carry on his father's business. So this is kind of about recognizing these things in ourselves and liberating ourselves from these programs that maybe aren't serving us, when we know deep down we desire something more for ourselves. Or maybe we have a disease or an illness that we're carrying and we don't know where it came from. It could be cancer, it could be headaches, it could be chronic fatigue. Why are these things happening to us? I don't desire to have chronic fatigue in my life. I should have abundant life force energy as I see other people do. But because I'm not dealing with something that has brought me resistance in my life, I'm creating an energetic block in myself that's not allowing me to live the life or live in this body the way the body wants to be living. And so the sooner we can recognize these things that aren't serving us, the sooner we can release them and take control of our life again and really live the miraculous lives that we believe we deserve and we are here to actually experience. And then share our gifts with the world in that way. So that's a little bit about what we're doing. We're going to get into some kind of real world experience here by practicing how to visualize, practicing how to get out of our left brain and into our right brain, practicing techniques of clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance, clairsentience. These are all different ways that we can communicate with the universe and ourselves, our higher selves, to receive the messages that we're really needing to receive. It's not receiving the message that our ego is telling us that's keeping us safe. You know, our ego really wants to preserve itself and keep itself safe. And so you have this voice, or maybe many voices in your head that says, no, don't do that. That's scary. Don't do that. That might put you in danger. Don't talk to that person. They look weird. This is your ego trying to keep yourself safe, even though something else in the back of your head really desires to make that connection or take that action or share your truth. And the more we can lean into those fears and not let them control us, the more liberated we then feel and the more weight we get off of our shoulders. So again, this is a little bit about that, and we're going to practice some visualization techniques. And because we have a couple journeys to go on, I'm going to move forward with this kind of rapidly. And any questions so far from our lovely audience? Any insights? Awesome. Well, thank you all for being here. You can be anywhere, but you're here now with me, talking to me, sharing with me. So I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate you. Otherwise, I would talk to the wind. I wouldn't mind. So we're going to practice some visualization techniques to show you how easy it is to visualize. You could do this lying down, you could do this sitting up, however feels best to you. And know that whatever's coming forward for you is perfect, and just allow that to come. And these are just some practice experiences. Once we get into the real meat of it, I'll ask you to write in your books about what you're experiencing. But for now, we're just going to practice to show you how easy it is to visualize. So just close your eyes, relax, and I'm going to ask you to see something. Just go with it. And when you see these things, I want you to try to put action into it. Not only see the picture, but hear something. Try to hear what is going on. Put sound in it. Put activity into it. Also try to bring in smells if you can. We want to get out all of your senses activated. Try to see if you can smell, if you can hear, and if you can see, and fill the scene full of details. Welcome back. Welcome back. Was everybody able to see something? Hear something? Anybody want to share anything interesting that they saw or experienced? No need to share. Sometimes it's fun. Yeah, please. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful. So he was in New York City, he was in Santa Monica, experiencing the busy street, experiencing the pier in Santa Monica. Beautiful. Anybody able to smell anything or hear anything in these places? Yeah, the scent of that subway, that musky dampness comes through. It's like imprinted in your mind. The shaking, feeling the vibration, beautiful. So it's really interesting to see how we can access our senses without actually being there. What an incredible thing that we have access to vision, to sounds, to smell, just with our minds. So our senses are powerful things that make us feel different ways and experience life in different ways. And if we can understand that we can create these things in our mind as well, we can understand that we can really take more control over our feelings and experience of life, to know that we can smell the subway whenever we want to, if we actually desire to. But if maybe it's feeling that sentiment of being with our family, the sound of our mother saying our name or something like that, it's always there. We have access to these things without actually needing those people or things there. Maybe past relatives that you want to continue having conversations with, they are there. So you guys did all a really beautiful job. We're going to do one more practice visualization before we jump into our first past life journey. So, you can all relax again. Close your eyes. We're going to go on one more practice visualization. Okay, now you can open your eyes and come back to this place after having experienced eating a meal. Any interesting foods or meals come up that anybody wants to share? Dumplings. We got dumplings in the back. Yeah. Dumplings make you feel so good. Dumplings make you feel so awesome. And so this is like subconsciously this gentleman is having these feel-good feelings. We're calling them in, so he's accessing a feel-good food. If you have some maybe internal bad feelings right now, you might be thinking about a food that you didn't desire eating. Any other interesting foods out there? Or tastes or smells or dining experiences? Want to say it a little louder? Okay. Yogurt. Beautiful. Thank you. I still couldn't hear the first one, but I heard yogurt. Awesome. So cool. You guys are doing a great job. So now you can see how easy now it is to actually tap into your imagination, tap into that visualization. Whether it's something that you're thinking, that's claircognizant. Whether it's something you're seeing, that's clairvoyant. Something you're hearing, it's clairaudient. Something you're feeling is clairsentient. Usually we all have like different strengths of one or the other in our lives. For myself, I feel like I'm pretty claircognizant, where I see with my mind's eye with my thoughts. That's claircognizant. Some people see with their mind's eye with their hearing. They hear things. That's clairaudient. Some people can actually see things. That's clairvoyant. So whatever works for you, works for you. But know that you have access to all of these. They're just muscles that we're not really adept at using. And so when we have a weak muscle, we need to train it a little bit if we desire to have more access to it. And so we can train it by doing techniques like this, and also telling ourselves, hey, I am capable of doing this. You can create whatever you like to create with your thoughts and your intentions. When you say, I can't see with my mind's eye, well, I believe you, because you just defined your experience of not being able to do it. But when you want to create more openings in your life, you can start telling yourself, I would like to be more able to visualize, to imagine, to be creative. And that all lies on the right side of our brain. So we're really here right now flexing the right side of our brain. We're getting out of the practical, analytical, judgmental, pragmatic left brain. And we really all are here to experience the magic of Playa, of Burning Man, you know, and a lot of the magic of that is in the right brain and letting go of control, knowing that we cannot control the weather. But let's not let the weather get the best of us, you know? Let's allow it to add to the magic. And when we let go, we really do see the synchronicities and the magic of life. You run into that person you haven't seen in 15 years out in the playa who you never thought you were going to see again in your life. Or whatever other magic that you've been experiencing out here so far, or will continue to experience. So now we're going to experience the magic of past lives. Past lives can come forward in many different ways. They don't have to be a standard past life where you were a queen in Egypt and royalty, or a master or a ruler or a Greek god or whatever. It could be anything. It could be a future life, it could be a past life, it could be an interdimensional planetary life, it could be something that's very, what's the word for it? Blanking on the word, but it could just be colors and vibrations and sounds. So whatever is going to come forward for you, know that it's coming forward for you to serve you right now in the best way that it can. It's here to help guide you for your current life. That's what we're all here for, is to be our best selves now. And that's what's going to come forward for you. So try not to judge it or resist it, and know that whatever's happening is happening for you, and allow it to come. Don't judge it. Whatever you see is what you're supposed to see. I've done this above nightclubs as well, so any background music will not affect your experience. You're going to be in your own world, having your own experience, and all the background noises are just going to fade into the background. So this is going to be a simple, light level, because I want you to be conscious enough to write it down after you see and you come out of it. Usually in the deep levels, you may not have access to it, but this is a light level, and that's why you have a book handy next to you. Because it's like a dream. When you wake up from a dream, it's hard to remember everything that happened, especially after a second or two goes by or a minute goes by. Maybe right when you wake up, you're like, oh, I remember everything. But every second that goes by afterwards, it just slips away. And the same thing can happen here, which is why you all should have a book. If you don't have a book, feel free to come up and grab one. There's pen and paper here. And once I count you out of the experience, I'm going to have you write down whatever it was that you saw and capture it. This is your little memory. This is personal to you. And if you'd like to share it afterwards, you're free to share. If not, you can take a pen here. You can take 2 books or 2 pens. Yeah. Yeah. So just relax and let me guide you. You know that whatever comes to your mind is coming to your mind for you. Eyes closed and relax. I think we might have to cut this soon because we have some weather coming in. And I'm going to count you out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're back here now. You're feeling wonderful all over. Coming back and protecting yourself from the winds. We're sorry to interrupt with the weather, but I think we need to get some shelter. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you so much. Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. I got you. Oh, too bad we couldn't finish. It's okay. There's 3 more workshops this week if you want to find me and finish the whole thing. Yeah, I have some information here.
Where are the stickers?
Here's stickers. Come take your stickers. And if you want to come to another workshop where we can finish it, there's yeah. I'm doing 3 more this week. Take a sticker if you'd like to come to another one. Yeah, you can take a whole sheet, take a sticker, whatever you like. Insolumine, we're lighting up our inner souls, shining from the inside out. Thank you.